All right, guys, welcome back to Coffee and Donuts, One Team, One Podcast. Instead of bourbon and booze, it's coffee and donuts on Sunday morning. I needed a day to reflect.
Yep. Love our little reaction pod.
Yeah, I don't think it's wise for me to do a reaction podcast immediately after the game. I need a day to process things, and I need to look at the stats a little bit more, maybe watch a few of the highlights, and I've done that this morning. And
Right.
Plus, I wasn't in a good state of mind. It was my birthday yesterday,
Yeah.
so I partied it up a little bit. We had a little outdoor party for the game, and probably wasn't paying as much attention normally as I normally would, but got to look at it again this morning and review it. And some of the same thoughts I had yesterday are the same, but then there's a couple of things that are a little different and it probably more positive than I was originally thinking last night.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the game in general?
In
last
general,
night?
I mean,
41-7. I had 34-17. What'd you have?
I had
41 to 13.
My original prediction was 41-13. I switched to 48-9 day of the game.
It's close. We could have
Yeah.
scored at the end there.
Yeah, we should have scored at the end there too. We really could have.
All right, first question. Who the fuck is Josh Williams?
So that's that guy we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, that's that guy who they gave him a scholarship a couple weeks ago.
Why?
I don't know why he's in over Coventry Bradford. If that's
Yeah,
what you're gonna
that's
ask.
what I was going to ask.
I don't know. I don't know.
And why wouldn't you didn't run Price that
it
much
might-
at the end either. I mean,
Yeah, no, Price got actually the exact same amount of touches as Josh Williams did.
this was just a favor
Not-
to Josh Williams, I assume.
Not that Josh Williams didn't.
No, he didn't do bad.
I thought
I'm
he
just-
actually looked okay.
I'm just
but,
thinking of depth chart and experience.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, maybe he works himself into being a decent back, but I don't know. I would like to see. It's probably just like you're giving the guy who works really hard some touches at the end of a blowout type deal.
Yep. That's right.
I kind of just chalk it up to that.
So pretty dominant. There was a couple of times in the first half where it could have gotten it could have been a closer game. But Vanderbilt pissed the bed.
Yeah. Well, there was that wheel route to Marlowe, that running back, and he just dropped it.
Yeah. So he dropped a touchdown.
That probably would have been an 80-yarder right there.
That's
There was
right.
a couple moments I was like, well, at least we're playing Vandy.
Missed the field goal. Defensively, it was better, but you were playing a different team, and you had Stingley on
A
the field.
significantly worse offense.
Yes. We said this during the game because we watched it together. If you try to throw side to side on us or run to the outside on us, I think we're in good shape.
Yeah.
We have linebackers who can run, who can
Right.
go sideline to sideline. To me, it's the downfield passing that can get to us a little bit. But J Boy Show, one of our guys doing big things over there, he had commented to us saying, "Wow, Derek Stingley makes a huge difference for you guys," and we of course are like, "Yeah, he does."
Yeah.
But I wanted to see what that difference really was.
Yeah. And I still don't think we've seen it yet.
I don't either. I think you need to see.
This was not only was it Vanderbilt, but it was Vanderbilt with a true freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
I think we'll start seeing a little bit more next week. Missouri really doesn't have a great quarterback,
No.
great passing game either. And then Gainesville the next week. That's when we're really gonna
Yeah,
find
I
out
think you're
what's
big.
going on.
I think we really are going to have our understand what we are and who we are against.
How much this team has actually improved.
Right.
'Cause
Exactly.
I don't think we can find that out against Vanderbilt and Missouri.
No, I agree.
I think the only thing that we can do in these two games is, well, we can improve, but I don't think the fans are going to be able to really notice whether or not we're improving. And then it's just going to be get some swagger back,
Yep.
because I think you lost a lot of it last week.
Speaking of swagger, sponsored by two guys who have tons of swagger here. We have Brandon Money Lejeune, courtesy Automotive Group, and we have Adam the Bear Berry at Bear Process Safety. I went out to dinner with Adam Berry the other night and laughed my ass off. That guy. We're going to have him on the podcast. I have a couple of questions. Sam Bacon down there doing big things at Brazil. Where was Chris Curry? We got a little tip on the Facebook group, Sam, that Curry was banged up apparently last week or in practice. I'm not quite sure, but that he wasn't going to play. And so then sure enough, you saw Ty Davis Price get the first carries. And this, we'll get to this. Yeah. This is going to be forever remembered as the game that we finally saw John Emery emerge and be your running back.
Yeah. What, 15 touches, 124 yards?
I don't know if it was that many, huh?
It was.
Okay. I thought it was less than that. I thought it was like 12 for 106 or something like that.
It was 12 for 103.
Oh, but
running,
but you're counting the pass. Okay,
touches.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Emery is our back. He's more explosive than all these other guys, and it was just kind of like, man, we just finally saw what we've been wanting to see out of him. And I'm telling you, from last year to this year, he looks thicker, more put together. Yeah. Still has elusiveness. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if he was faster maybe last year. I don't even know, but. Just looks more solid and put together now. Bigger than I thought.
Yeah, no, I definitely think he looks bigger.
He reminds me of Keelan Williams back in the day.
Interesting. That's an interesting comparison. Yeah, definitely thicker built though. Keelan Williams was kind of.
I don't know.
Slim.
They were both kind of thick.
Although I think about Keelan Williams was pretty big.
Big and explosive kind of back.
Kind of reminds me of that Virginia Tech game a little bit.
Yeah, and one of the things that got us really excited in this game was when we saw a little swing route to Emery.
Several times.
Yeah, and you got to count that as your running. Yep. Like, that's your running plays. Right. Like, stop running the ball up the middle. And they did a better job of how they ran the ball a little bit, except for one where they tried to do look like a quick speed option to the outside of Miles Brennan.
God.
They blew the whistle.
Play got called dead. Thank God.
Thank God. That was about to be terrible.
Oh, that looks so bad.
But I love seeing Emery in space for sure. That was exactly what the doctor ordered for us. Get these freaking running backs in space. Let them make a move on one guy. We saw Ty Davis Price do that in the very first drive, where you just get him one-on-one with a linebacker and let him make a move and get by him, and he can. So that's just going to help Miles Brennan's confidence so much more. And I think we saw that. I think we saw Miles Brennan get a little confidence here in this game.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm wearing my Slim Reaper, guys.
We'll see what that's worth.
Go to the 1T1podcast.com. Go to the shop page. You can get your Slim Reaper. We got him back. It's back. I was about to make a Mad Max t-shirt, and now I'm just doing Slim Reaper. Let's go.
Maybe it needs to be the not so Slim Reaper now.
Oh yeah, it's a little thicker, huh?
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's getting a little thick.
Yeah, a little thick, a little slow now.
I don't think he was ever fast. Question from Wesley Jackson. Wire had a pretty good game. Did you see him getting the nod over Rosenthal? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. I just Coach O is very high on Dare, so I think when Dare comes back, it's still his job.
Yeah, but I think with offensive linemen, you need to have a rotation of about 8 guys during the season anyway, because you're going to have guys get banged up, and that's great.
I love to see, and that's not a bad D line that we played against too.
Right. Well, say Deculus gets hurt, would you see Wire swinging over there and maybe picking up the maybe he's your versatile tackle that can go to either side.
He makes me think more of a left tackle, but maybe so. I don't know. I don't know how ready Marcus Dumerville is. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What's this one?
Yeah, Sam Bacon. Granted, it was Vanderbilt, but did Pelini held his case? Vandy scored 30 points last year. Yeah, they scored 38 last year, but that was 2 defensive touchdowns last year. So just keep that in mind. Our offense,
their offense was a lot better last year.
Yeah, they had a better quarterback last year.
Better running back.
Better
O-line.
Yeah, they lost a lot.
We talked to Matt Perkins last week. He told us that there's a guy who switched from D-line to O-line and became an immediate starter. So that tells you what their depth and talent looks like on their O-line.
Now, all right, so I love playing. I know a lot of people hate this, but the what do they call that? The where Texas A&M beat.
Oh, just like direct comparisons.
Yeah, Texas A&M beat Vanderbilt 17-12.
Right, we beat them.
We beat them 41-7.
So our defense is 5 points better than Texas A&M.
Well, and it just makes you realize, okay, this is a strange year of college football.
Right. That's what we just got to keep remembering every week, I think.
Yes. Some teams are prepared to play and some teams aren't. Mississippi State just lost to Arkansas. Were they thinking they were like all that after last week, or were we just playing that bad on defense last week to make them look that good? And I think it's the latter.
I think it's a little bit of both.
I think we were hot garbage on defense last week, and any team probably could have scored a lot of points on us.
Right. Yeah. No, I think the thing is, though, with the Mike Leach offense is that, like, yes, you can beat teams that are significantly better than you, but you also could lose to teams that are significantly worse than you. It's just kind of just a shit show.
Yeah, but
it's like there's very little consistency with that offense.
Yeah, so KJ Costello's numbers, of course, 623 against us, 289 against Arkansas. Through 55 passes.
313.
I saw 289. I must be counting rushing yards.
He finished with 59 throws, so.
Oh, I saw 55, so maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, you're probably right.
I was just looking at it.
So, but 300 yards less against Arkansas.
Yeah.
On 59 throws. How many throws did he use?
One less throw.
60. Yeah, 60
one
throws.
Less throw. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we were just that bad.
Yeah.
is it Stingley? I don't know.
It's definitely a little bit Stingley.
Was there a shock for the defense to not have Stingley the night before? I'm thinking out the box here.
That's one thing I've been thinking all week is that, like, you lose your best player.
I know we're doing a Vandy reaction show, but I can't help but talk about the Mississippi State game now.
Well, yeah, no, and I actually had some extra thoughts since we last talked. Like, you lose your best player the night before the game to a allergic reaction. Like, players are probably like scared for him, like, like worried about him.
Yeah, because it was a big deal. Yeah.
You definitely lose a lot of your focus the night before and the morning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that had probably some sort of emotional impact on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. So Miles Brennan, I thought he played very well. Now, are there some issues that he can clean up? For sure. But these are the issues that I wanted to see, not the other issues. I don't want to see you running out of the pocket too fast. I don't want to see you holding on to the ball too long. I want to see you throw the ball. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake.
Right.
Is he not as accurate as Burrow? No. I knew he wasn't going to be.
Right.
We knew another issue was going to be touch.
Yeah.
He fires everything in as a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, he's got to learn how to have a little bit of touch. There was a touchdown pass he missed because he didn't put enough air on the ball. Those are the things that I expected.
Right.
I didn't expect him to hold the ball too long and take a sack or run out of the pocket, scared, not wanting to be there. He didn't look like that, and
for the vast majority of the game.
Yeah, he stepped up in the pocket a lot of times. He waited for these routes to develop down the field
against a team with a pretty solid pass rush.
Yeah, that was one of their advantages.
Both of their defensive ends are like studs. I mean, complete studs. They had Andre Mintz and I forget the other guy's name. It's a hard to pronounce name. Obagagawala or something like that.
That sounds right.
I'm pretty close.
It seemed like the offensive line did a better job too, and I don't know if it had anything to do with scheme that they were playing or what.
I think it's got everything to do with the fact that we were getting the ball out quicker.
I do too. And the running game. I think the play action. I think the running game with John Emery busting some runs, getting him out in space, and then play action on top of that. Miles Brennan's a great play action quarterback. I just think he's really good at play action. He needs that to kind of keep everybody from.
I completely agree.
I think he locks onto receivers sometimes, and I think he needs to keep the defense honest and allow that time to make sure that he doesn't do that. Can you ask for more than his stats? Are you pulling up his stats right now?
Yeah, I do have them pulled up right now. It's 23 of 37. That's like 62%. 337 yards, 4 touchdowns, and the pick.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah. What else?
It's pretty good.
Now, could he have had more completions? Obviously.
How about this? No sacks.
No sacks, man.
0 sacks.
I think that's big.
Went from 7 to 0.
I think that's
huge.
big.
And it's not as good of a defense, but it's just like you can tell you can always tell when Coach O puts an emphasis on something. It always shows up in the stats next week.
Yeah, and he needs confidence. That was supposed to be the first 3 games of this season, was going to give him the confidence that he needed to go into Florida.
Yeah.
And obviously we played terrible last week, and he played decent. All right, we need to get Preston Guy back on. Preston Guy was big on KJ Costello, first team quarterback, and after the first week, looked great. How much was that us? Let's compare stats a little bit now with Miles Brennan.
Brennan to Costello. Brennan has more touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean,
believe it or not,
he still got weapons all over the field.
Because Brennan has
Eric Gilbert wasn't even that much of a factor last night.
No, he wasn't. And actually, going into the game, I was thinking like, let's get the ball to our John Emerys, our Eric Gilberts, our Terrace Marshalls. Let's get it to these just freak guys and just.
Terrace Marshall only has 2 catches, right?
Yeah, 2 for touchdowns, both touchdowns.
Yes,
right.
but I'm saying he only had two catches.
No, I don't think anyone had more than 4 catches. Yeah, Eric Gilbert had 4 catches.
Yeah,
and he led the team.
So, and I guess my point is, like, if you look at the team stats, I think we ended up with like 489 yards, or no, close to 500. 490 something.
498. Yeah.
Yeah, 498. They had 260, something like that.
Yeah,
it was complete domination.
Right.
But you look at that stat, we almost had 500 total yards, and we see all these things that we could do better.
Yeah, that's
like,
great.
How spoiled are we, man?
Yeah.
This is 2019.
I really love it.
Rearing its head again, right?
Like last week, we put up 34 points. Brennan throws for 350, and we're all furious at the offense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's great. I mean, the running backs, let's see, they combined for, they had some catches too, so that's 5. So they had 33 touches altogether hold on, let me do the stats.
Emery's your guy, bro. Like, if he's not the starter going forward, I don't know what we're missing here. And all due respect to those other guys, but
yeah,
we have a good solid depth.
You saw the difference between when Emery got the ball and when Ty Davis Price got the ball.
Yep.
And I actually thought Ty Davis Price looked really good when he got the ball last night, but it's clear that Emery is just on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
He's an NFL back.
He is.
And Ty Davis Price is an NFL back too, actually. Just not a potential first-round guy. I think Emery is a potential first-round guy. Yeah,
I think they're going to be a good duo going forward, obviously. But Emery just gives you, to me, a complete package. Whereas it seems like...
Well, he can hit the home run ball.
Yeah, Price is a bully, and he'll run people over. But, yeah, I don't think he's going to take the outside and get to the edge and take it to the house.
No. Although he does have breakaway speed, just not on the same caliber as Emery. Same with Curry, really.
All right, so defensively, anything else you saw from last night? Ali Gay apparently leads from Cody Worsham. He leads the league now in quarterback hurries.
Did he not already?
I think he did from last week. Yeah,
I mean, he had 11.
Yeah,
last
11
week?
last week. Yeah, so he still looks like a beast. Didn't seem like there was. I mean, they got a lot of pressure last night. It felt like, but it wasn't the guy. That guy Seals was getting rid of the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And he would roll out a lot. There was a lot of things they were trying to do.
A lot of throwaways.
A lot of throwaways. His stats were awful.
Yeah, I think he was. I got to pull it.
That's typically what I expect.
11 of 25 for 113 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks.
That's what I expect typically out of an LSU defense.
Yeah.
Is to that quarterback has less than 50% completion percentage. That kind of stuff.
And you know what I thought was weird is that we weren't really stacking the box very much, and we were kind of allowing them to run the ball. It was almost like we were respecting the pass a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was a big reason why you had to throw the ball away so much. We had, great coverage down the field on every play almost.
Yeah, right. So going forward to Missouri, I guess we'll get the Mazad cast on for this coming week.
Oh yeah.
Missouri didn't look great against Tennessee. You watched that game, right?
No.
Tennessee looked pretty good.
Tennessee did look good. I didn't watch very much of that game.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But the little that I saw, like just in between commercial breaks in the Florida-South Carolina game, yeah, I thought they looked pretty solid.
I'm expecting. So it's here, right?
Yeah.
We're playing here.
Here, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. I think. Oh man. All right. This is going to be the Miles Brennan show.
You think so?
I think so. I think this is it. I think he's back. I think he's got some confidence, and he wants to rebound. And I think the offense is going to put him in better position. I think we're playing against a team that's can get taken advantage of a little bit with Missouri. And maybe they don't have the offense to kind of keep up with us either. I think we're in good shape on this one.
Yeah, I like the matchup here. Missouri doesn't have any offensive firepower.
What's their offense look like now with Drinkwitz?
I haven't really watched much of
App State,
what they're doing.
App State was a power.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna guess
power
it's gonna
zone
be,
read kind of team.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot like what Satterfield did at Louisville, except maybe Drinkwitz maybe isn't as good of a coach as Satterfield.
Well, Louisville's got some explosive athletes too. I don't think Missouri has that yet.
Right.
Okay. So defensive line was a little bit of an issue last night. They were gashing us on some plays.
Yeah, that was weird.
150 yards rushing for Vanderbilt. I didn't like that.
Yeah, but I think part of that's because we weren't like I didn't understand why we weren't stacking the box. You know, with a team that's like they want to run the ball, and like if they throw the ball, okay, great, we have good DBs. Maybe it's a lack of confidence in the DBs after last week, or
could be.
Like
I think it could be an adjustment that they've tried to make. Yeah, I think this is going to be we need to adjust one more time and get ourselves ready for Florida. I think that we're in good shape though. Brennan, I could see easily. I mean, every game I can see him having 3 to 4 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
I mean, with our receivers, and you give him a little time, and he makes a throw, and he makes a decision, and we saw it last week. Like, if he made a couple of decisions that he was supposed to make, big plays,
we would have won that game.
We would have.
Right. Yeah, he has just under 700 yards. He has 7 touchdowns. I mean,
we're on pace, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think one more game, get the confidence he needs. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Florida.
And like, if you think about it, if we beat Florida, I wouldn't pick it right now. I wouldn't pick us to beat Florida. But if we beat Florida, the season's back on, you know?
Yeah.
You got everything in front of you at that point. Because then you can beat Florida. Let's say you beat Auburn. Bama comes here, and, like, let's see.
Florida's the litmus test, man.
Yeah.
How bad did Auburn look against Georgia's defense last night?
Yeah. I mean, from the little bit that we saw from that game, Georgia's defense looks good. They play with their hair on fire.
Yeah, they
do. They really do. They fly around the field.
And that was one of my reasons why I thought Georgia was going to beat Florida this year. Originally, was that their defense. That'll be an interesting game. Their defense can just suffocate people. Mm-hmm. The only team that really took advantage of them last year was LSU. I mean, I think that if they have a little bit of quarterback, they played that Bennett kid the whole time. For Georgia,
yeah, Stetson.
So, Stetson Bennett, is that a Chad or a Brad name? Stetson. If we've ever heard one.
Oh yeah,
Stetson Bennett from Athens, Georgia.
Yeah,
huh?
He definitely goes up to he definitely goes skiing every.
Yes, he lives on the opposite side of the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Stetson. Yeah, if they have a solid,
Bennett is a perfect last name for the name Stetson.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the third. Stetson Bennett the third.
Perfect. Even better. He probably gets called Trey by like people that he knows personally.
Yeah, right. I think that if Georgia has a decent offense, they can go all the way to the SEC championship game. They can beat Florida. Florida's offense looks great. I've seen them now 2 weeks in a row here.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
They look like a well-oiled machine for sure. And Kyle Pitts looks unguardable.
Yeah, he does. That's a matchup
got
nightmare for everybody.
6 touchdowns already this season.
I mean, for Heisman, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Tight end for Heisman.
he'd be if season ended today, he'd win the Heisman. I think.
I think he needs to at least be the top 3.
Yeah, he should be in New York if he continues.
I can't ever remember a tight end being
this rate.
Has a tight end ever been? People
No.
have a tight end ever been to New York?
I'm gonna just go ahead and say no.
I don't think he has.
I'm gonna assume no.
Um,
If a defensive player can't win, there's no way a tight end can, right?
No, I don't think so. All right, we got some NFL coming today, guys. The Saints in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? 1 and
None-
2 Saints
none-
going
none
to
that are good.
Detroit.
None that are good.
Well-
No good thoughts. I really wanted to
First
take,
half money line. B Stu told me to do that.
Yep.
First half money line on Detroit.
Yes. Not on
the Saints.
Do not bet on the Saints today. I really wanted to bet on Detroit, but I'm pooling in all of my bets with my 2 roommates, and they really didn't want to bet against the Saints. And I was like, I mean, it's just free money, guys. And I mean, New Orleans is still favored somehow. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either.
You're losing 2 corners, both of your corners. You still don't have Michael Thomas. You don't have Jared Cook now. Andrews Pete. The Davenport is still out.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And there was a whole bunch of talk, I mean, all the way up until this morning about if they were going to play the game or postpone it.
Right.
Because there was a test that came back positive, and now all of a sudden that test was actually negative. It's a big fiasco. And I
heard they were worried that that Kamara might have it, but apparently he doesn't. So, thank God for that.
Yeah. Cam Newton's got the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that the game is going to play on Monday night for the Patriots Chiefs, and that they're going to have like a double header, one on CBS and one on ESPN on Monday night. Weird season we got.
Yeah.
It's college football. How weird is this season so far?
Just upsets galore, huh?
Yeah.
All over the place. Nobody's safe.
No. Texas looks like hot garbage again. Oklahoma's.
The entire Big 12, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
The Big 12's not getting into the playoff.
I think it was Megan Making Money and Ben Mintz. They were both saying on Twitter yesterday, just go ahead and bet the underdog for the rest of the season on Big 12 games. And then we tweeted out ULL and Arkansas State for the Big 12 championship November 5th. So be on the lookout. They should just have the trophy there. That would be fantastic.
That would be really funny. Dr. Pepper over there.
Yeah. They could have it at in Dallas.
They have the stupid halftime show where
they throw the ball
where they get
into
the 2 least athletic people in the entire
and they
school.
do a chest throw into the hole. Yeah. So what else happened in college football? You get Auburn. Everybody was on Auburn 7.5.
That was
They got
both
trounced.
of our dog of the week was Auburn.
Auburn. Yeah, we blew that one.
Yeah,
Arkansas
we talked about Mississippi State.
beating Mississippi State. That was crazy.
Yeah. Felipe Franks looked good.
Yeah, he looked
for some reason.
He looked confident. You know, I think I
Kendall-
said it. You said
Kendall Briles is a very good offensive coordinator. That
well.
was a
I
great
think
hire.
Sam Pittman is a good coach.
I think so too. I think it's kind of that Coach O type like philosophy.
Yeah.
You get the guy, he's just like the manager. He makes really good hires. You got Kendall Briles on the offensive side. You got Barry Odom on the defensive side. That's 2 really good hires, I think.
Yep.
Barry Odom's a really good D coordinator. Just wasn't a good head coach at Missouri.
Sam Bacon, LSU 52, Missouri 7.
That's
calling it.
That's not crazy to me.
I don't think so either.
I would have something more like damn, this is really early, but
I would love to be up early
like
on this
44
team.
to 14 type deal.
I would love to have like a 28-3 halftime score and really be in control of this game. And again, and come out in the second half. It's 28-3. Come out in the second half. Run your offense with Brennan. Let him like really be aggressive.
Yeah.
Make a throw and get him some confidence to go into the next week.
Get the freshman in the game.
Yeah,
I didn't understand why we couldn't do that.
Well, you had asked that last night, and you were like, I think we need to see a freshman. And I was like,
Yeah.
do we, or do we
Yeah,
just
no,
keep
and-
giving
yeah,
Brennan more confidence?
That's a very good point. It's a very good point.
He needs it. Yeah,
I just-
if anybody needs confidence, he screams it. He oozes that he needs confidence.
Yeah, I just think I think it's very valuable to get these freshmen some time.
Because if he goes down,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yes.
sitting.
Or or if he catches COVID,
Wow. Yikes. You said it out loud?
Look at Cam. We
You can't say that out
I got
loud.
wood to knock on. You look at Cam Newton right now. Look at what's happening. They have to start Jared Bennett. Jared Stidham.
Stidham, yeah. Yeah, I was just curious to see a walk-on running back get in the game. You heard Cavante Bradford's name out of Coach O's mouth a million times.
Yeah, I'm so surprised they didn't decide to play him, especially with Chris Curry out. I really thought that we would see a good bit of him, not even just in garbage time, but
just
in
a spot here and there.
in the game. Just give him 4 or 5 snaps. Throughout the game.
He's always talking about him.
Yeah, it really is.
All right, so you want to do an early prediction for the game?
Yeah,
We'll do an early prediction, and then we'll do our prediction again.
Well, I just said mine.
What was it?
44-14.
44-14.
But let's guess the line. too.
That's Ben Mitt's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were talking about that. I heard him doing that.
I think it's something similar
really like
again.
that.
I think
It's
it's
fun.
something similar again where it's like 21 and a half.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's about that, maybe 55.
I think it's over 3 touchdowns.
55 over under type deal.
Yeah. I could see. I'm not far off from you. Probably 45 to 13, something like that.
Yeah. Damn, that's very close to me.
Yeah.
A little too close.
So I'm very interested to see Miles Brennan. I'm back on the Slim Reaper bandwagon, guys. Again, One Team, One Podcast. Go to our shop page, the Slim Reaper 15. Get your T-shirts now. I think that he's back. I think he's got confidence.
I think Missouri sucks too.
I do too, and it's almost like man, what a wasted opportunity last week. I keep going back to that. Such a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
We could be 2-0 here, top 5 in the country. Wasted that opportunity, but we're not gonna blink. We don't blink.
No. You blinked last week.
I blinked
big time.
I went back to
blinked too.
reality.
We both blinked.
Yeah, I went back to reality this past week, and they actually outplayed my prediction, which is I'm all for that. But I'm trying not to get suckered back into being over optimistic again with the team, because I still know there's a couple of issues there, and the litmus test is Florida, and we're all going to find out. I think we can beat Auburn. I'm looking at that. I think we can beat Auburn. I don't think it's going to be an easy game by any means, but I think we can beat them.
Early guess for that Florida score. That's going to be high scoring.
I feel like it is too. I saw South Carolina go up and down the field in the first half against Florida.
And the second half.
Yeah. The only problem with that one is that Florida, when they got up 2 scores, it was hard for South Carolina.
Florida could do whatever they wanted on offense.
Yeah,
They could have picked their score. So yeah. And
so
they made a couple
far,
mistakes.
Florida's offense is moving the ball at a production pace like LSU's offense was last year.
Yeah. I hate.
They're not playing.
Yeah.
They've played
Yeah.
Ole Miss and they played South Carolina. So I'm not getting ahead of myself, but I'm just saying. So far, that's what they look like to me as far as just moving the ball up and down the field.
Yeah.
And it's okay that their defense allows some scores because they know they're going to outscore the other team.
You know what I'd love to see this week is for this defense to just pitch a shutout.
Yeah,
I would like to see that almost more than anything.
I don't think it's happening. We saw last night Vanderbilt had a chance. It could have been 21-14 easy in the first half.
Yeah, but they did start that. You talking about when they missed the field goal?
Yeah, the touchdown.
They started that drive from 30, because of the kickoff return.
Right.
So it's not entirely on the defense there, but I don't know. I think this defense is very capable of improving even more. I think this is potentially a really, really good defense, actually.
Yeah, and when the defense starts getting turnovers like they had last night, then it makes the offense go that much more. So
yeah,
that's still surprising. I could keep going back to last week. Defense had turnovers.
Just gotta let it go.
I mean, you got pressure on the quarterback. I mean, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Just gotta,
I think we know what happened, but
just gotta let it go.
that'll be the next. That's the name of this podcast.
Let it go.
Let it go. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to cover for our reaction show, Jackie?
We had any more questions?
I don't think we had any. No.
Anything on YouTube? No.
Nope.
All right. Yeah. Nope. I think we're good.
All right. Saints come on at noon. We got LSU, Missouri. We're going to be back. Probably record Wednesday night. We'll have maybe a couple guests on for Wednesday night. We'll talk about our preview for the Missouri game. Any other thoughts or questions, reach out to us on Twitter. That's our main source. Go to Twitter at OneTeamOnePod on Twitter. Reach out to us there. I'm trying to get our live stream back up on One Team One Pod. I may have to reset some things to make that happen, but go check us out there. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, and our website, oneteamonepodcast.com. Again, you can go to our shop page, and there we have a lot of T-shirts on there. I need to add a few more, actually. I had a couple ideas the last couple of days. I need to start putting those back on, but you can always look for us on our Sunday reaction shows, guys. So, again, appreciate everybody reaching out to us. Like and share these videos, man. We love you guys. We love doing this. We're having a lot of fun doing this as well. So, again, this is One Team, One Podcast.